Welcome to our executive interview series at Defense Talks, presented by DefenseScoop. I'm Wyatt Cash, and we're here with Mark Johnson, Vice President, Defense and Intelligence Technology at IBM. Mark, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us, Wyatt.
One of the questions we're asking here is, how do you see AI and automation helping the Department of Defense be nimbler and more innovative?
Well, a lot of people say the Department of Defense and nimble are oxymoron, but I think we can achieve some of these things. Right now, the Department of Defense is exploring ways to apply new AI, generative AI. We've been doing AI, traditional machine learning types, for quite a while. So we're adding in this new capability, which adds challenges because we don't understand fully how the foundational models behind it work. We train them, we can measure the output, but in trying to explore new use cases, we have to be able to put some bounds around it. And understanding the governance of these models is super important. We can do some of that with people by putting humans in the loop, perhaps, with AI outputs. We can control what actually happens before it gets to the automation stage, right? We don't automatically start launching any weapons. But we can also measure the output of the generative AI solutions with technology that measures bias and drift and can give you ideas on how to tweak the inputs so that you do get a better output. IBM has years of experience around this, and with researchers, very smart researchers that have done decades of analysis around this, we've brought a new set of tools to do those kind of things for the DoD so that you can then be nimble because you have the governance. It's like brakes on a car. A car can't go fast if it doesn't have any brakes, or there could be bad things that happen very quickly. But with the governance, the DoD can be nimble and discover new use cases for AI.
And then as the Defense Department pushes towards CJADC2 across the military and with coalition partners, what will be the key to successfully delivering a more seamless transfer of data among the services for quicker and better decision-making in future fights?
I think this is a challenge we've been trying to solve for years, from the time I was in the military to getting out and exploring these solutions. How do we find the right data to the right person at the right time? We talked about that this morning. General Skinner and some of the other speakers talked about the coalition. We're not going to war anymore just by ourselves or as a joint force. We have a coalition. And understanding what the coalition members can use, the data that they can have access to, and what happens when we combine all that data is critically important. This is where AI becomes interesting again. I was talking with one of the service CIOs recently, and we talked about training an AI to understand classified data, secret, top secret, NATO secret, and the difference between that, Five Eyes information. And then when a properly authenticated user comes in under zero trust principles, the AI can respond with what that person is allowed to know. And it's kind of a low risk use case because in many of these cases, the data, if it starts to drift and we're measuring it with the tools we talked about before, we can stop it before it starts to give away any information that it should not. So this is how I think AI can help with the data transfer amongst the coalition.
Well, Mark Johnson, thank you for taking a few minutes to join us here at Defense Talks.
Thank you, Wyatt.